Hello everybody, we are back with another YouTube video. A lot of people explain to me that the videos that I make on YouTube aren't really all that. And I beg to differ because I want to say that if you can't pay for my coaching, this YouTube channel is basically the next step of that. So whenever I do decide to post, which I don't even know how long it's going to take me to post this video, yeah. So let's get on to pre-workouts. So last video, I'm pretty sure I spoke about my pre-workout where I had carbolin, creatine, caffeine, and all the rest of it. So now I've simplified my pre-workouts for two reasons. I think that the carbolin should only be used on my upper body days, and I'll explain to you why. Carbolin is a carb source. So carbolin is a very easily digesting carb that goes very easily into the blood-brain barrier, which means that the body can just use its carbs most efficiently during the workout once it's consumed, okay? It'd be nice if all carbs were like that, but you also need slow digesting carbs for the rest of your body. So, nevertheless, carbolin does not put a stressor on your digestive system, thank God. However, it does bloat me up a little bit when it comes to like me working out and stuff. And then on top of that, you have the pre-workout, like the pre-workout stack that I have, which is just like the raw essential pre-workout from C-Bum's company. And then I had the raw hydration. So that was like a gram of sodium. So I just look very bloated. So to prevent that and to look leaner, right? I'm still weighing in around 180 to 183 is my range right now. I'm not really gaining so much. I do look a lot bigger though. So there's a plus in that. However, right now my pre-workout stack is Alpha GPC, about 1,200 milligrams right here. I saw a TikTok on it by some very small creator. I don't remember his name. But I asked him if he can make a video solely on Alpha GPC because he said that it's one of his top 4 supplements. So I found very interesting as to why. And bro was like, oh, yeah, I'll make a video on it. So he made a video on it. He tagged me in it. And he actually gave some really good points. I was like, you know what? I'll try it out. It's pretty cheap. It's a cheap supplement. So it cost me 24 bucks for like 60 servings. And it's worked wonders. It was really good. I feel super locked in. And then obviously I'll have some type of pre-workout or I'll have a energy drink. So at Publix right now, Monster, well, not today's Wednesday, so there would be new offers. But last week, Monster was buy one, get one. So I needed a Monster for work, and I was like, hey, I'm going to take another one. So, yeah, I was just saving this white Monster for the workout that I have today. Which leads me on to my next point. What workout do I have today? So my workout today is a glute-focused leg workout. So what does that mean? So on Instagram Reels, I posted a workout, the ultimate glute workout. And it's the first time in a very long time that I've posted my workouts and the workouts that I do. For two reasons, because I'm paying for a coach and I feel like it's kind of counterintuitive if I'm paying for a coach and then I release his workouts for free. Obviously, working out and workout splits and exercises aren't necessarily what I'm paying for. I'm mainly paying for someone to do the hard thinking for me when it comes to my physique and stuff. But yeah, so I have hip thrust today. We're gonna see if we can go for a PR on that. I just want you to understand I have so many empty Monster cans in my fucking car. Anyways, yeah, so basically I have hip thrust, I have leg extensions, pendulum squat or hack squats, depends what I want to do today, and I have hamstring curls. Then finally I adductors and calf raises. So there's that's the workout if you want to follow it. And if you want to follow through, let me give you some tidbits when it comes to training with very low volume. So when it comes to training with low volume, you have to really understand that the lower your volume, the higher your intensity. That's 100% true. However, there is one caveat. Whenever you have lower volume, you have a smaller time or a smaller window to fuck up. So you can't overshoot or you can't undershoot, because either way that's going to be causing more fatigue. You have very little room to fuck up. So you have to be, first of all, you have to be a medium to an advanced lifter so you can actually understand what is your failure. So I could put on 4 plates and be like, yeah, for sure I only have 4 reps on this, or for sure I only have maybe 5. If I really push myself, I could have 5. most beginner lifters won't be able to know that because, first of all, they've never lifted weights before, or if they have lifted weights for a few months, they don't understand their perception of failure as well as someone that has been lifting for 3 years like me. So you really need to train hard because, again, there's the caveat where you have to understand what your failure range is, but you also have to understand that you have to train hard enough to try and surpass that range that you're giving yourself. So you're trying to break a mental block that you're giving yourself each set, which is extremely hard from what I've seen with my clients. It's extremely hard to do. Most people are very used to the very low barrier to entry, push-pull legs, high volume, and they will grow off of that, and I will 100% program that if it comes the need to, where I don't see much progress going on. But as of right now, most of my clients with an upper-lower split, they are getting the progress that they need. Their chest is coming up, their back is coming up. That's another thing. It's crazy how many people have shit backs. And I'm not talking about my clients. I'm talking about in general, the whole population when it comes to lifting. One of the main key things that people lack is their back. And that includes me. I have a very underdeveloped back when it comes to the rest of my body. My chest has become a priority. My chest was a priority, became a strong suit. My arms were a priority, became a strong suit. My back was a priority, became a weakness. So it's very interesting to see how everything else in your body, once you're bringing it up, other things will go down. So eventually, I'm assuming that once I bring my back up and my upper body is finally to a good substantial muscle mass compared to when I was powerlifting. If you want to see my physique when I was powerlifting, you could check earlier videos in this YouTube channel because I don't really post much anyways. It's just a few videos down. There's a few powerlifting videos where it was during my powerlifting prep. But my point was that eventually I'm assuming that once my back is brought up, I'm probably going to have to work on my legs again, which I haven't worked on my legs since before powerlifting. So I had big legs before powerlifting. So when I started powerlifting, that was in the end of 2023, and we're currently more than halfway through 2025. So I haven't trained my legs for over 2 years. Well, I've trained my legs and I've trained them hard. It's just I haven't trained them with the absolute grueling intensity Dorian Yates and JP training type of style that a lot of people don't want to get into. So for example, like I'm single leg pressing 7 plates on a 25. I'm full leg extension, single leg extension. I'm almost doing a full stack. So like I'm strong enough to continue pursuing my legs. It's getting to a point where it's very difficult though, and it's just is what it is because it's a lot easier for me to focus on my biceps because my biceps are technically a weak point and they do kind of have an imbalance and they're not that strong. That I can progressively overload a lot easier than with my quads because with my quads it's like, oh, I could do 7.5, or sorry, I could do 8 instead of 7.5. Wow. Or I could, like, it's still progressive overload at the end of the day, but it's just like, I don't know. And then I could technically also do doubles, like double leg press, like with 2 legs instead of single. I kind of like the single one more because of the certain machine that I'm not going to do it today, but the certain machine that you guys seen me do. So, I don't know. It's an interesting concept trying to bodybuild because you're constantly fighting your body and you're trying to fight with your body and you're also working with your body at the same time. It's a very interesting concept because you're trying to find equilibriums. But what are my plans for the future of my coaching business? So as of right now, I have a few clients I'm training. I love that it doesn't even feel, I don't even want to call it a job because it doesn't feel like a job. I love training with my clients. I love teaching them. I love explaining to them certain mechanisms that happen in bodybuilding, that happen in the real world, in which it will help their physiques grow and flourish. I'm still a beginner as a coach, and I'm still learning my ways through it when it comes to programming and nutrition. I'm still learning new things. But if I'm gonna do a client spotlight, I mean, I'm really proud of Anthony. Anthony's doing super well. He's following plan to a T, and it really shows. He's down about 10 pounds. He's doing a very slow burner cut, which I like. So he's very patient, and I like that. And he's doing his cardio. He's eating his calories. He's doing literally everything that he possibly can. And we're just gonna keep pushing, keep burning. So I just recently lowered his calories, not complaining at all. And we're just gonna keep doing that. And I'm also very proud of Caleb. Caleb's been on the cut for a very long time, very slow burn cut because he had issues in his way. Wasn't able to buy his own food, economic stuff, and now he's able to buy his own food, thank God. And then we're gonna see a bunch of progress there. I mean, yeah, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of all of my clients, but those are the two that stick out to me. So, what about my own progress? How am I doing with the bulk. So I think that the last time that I recorded a video and posted it, I was just coming out of my bulk, or I was doing like a recomp phase. So let me do the timeline for you. So I was doing about, peak of my cut, I was doing about 10, 12 hours of cardio a day. Not a day. Whoa, not a day. An hour and a half every day. An hour and a half to 2 hours every day, which would kind of lead to 10 to 12 hours every week. I was eating about 1,400 calories, super depleted, super depleted. You can look at my updates. I think updates like 9 and 10 are like my peak week updates or whatever. The one in the green underwear is the one that I look the best in, with the Spanish song, if you want to look at my updates. But other than that, I mean, I was doing so much cardio. I was starving. Actually, no, hunger wasn't really an issue. My stomach got very small. Like my waist size compared to when I was in my Giga bulk, it got so small. I never expected my waist to be that small. And now I'm just trying to maintain that waist while trying to progress on movements, which I would be gaining muscle by the gram, which is a very sleek term now in the science-based lifting industry. But my coach knows what he's doing, and I can see it in the updates. Week by week, I'm getting a little bit bigger. I'm getting a little bit more full, so on and so forth, until we have to prep for a show, which come 2026, I want to prep for a show. Or whenever Orlando does a show is when I'll do a show. Fucking love Orlando. If you guys don't follow him, I think Jim Lando is his YouTube, and Jim Lando on Instagram as well. Fucking love Jim Lando. Whenever Orlando does a show, I'll do a show, and we'll compete in different weight classes, and then we'll compete together in the overall. At least that's the dream. That's what I want. That's what I envision. Because he would be competing in a way lower weight class than me. Because peak of my cut, I think peak shredded, because like I got pretty lean. I think peak shredded, I'd be like 10 pounds more down than what I was at the peak of my cut. So I weighed in 179. So peak cut, I'd weigh 169. 6'9". But I think Orlando would weigh way less than that. I think Orlando would definitely weigh around 150, maybe he has more muscle mass than me, obviously. But I think Orlando would be like around 150, bro. 150 Orlando would be crazy. That would be shredded. But yeah, I mean, I want to do a show eventually. And I keep saying that. Ever since I stopped powerlifting, I say, like, I want to make a show. I want to do a show. And the reason that I have not signed up for one, and the reason that I went for a mock prep instead of an actual prep, is because, first of all, I wanted to see how I liked going into prep, going into doing a shitload of cardio, feeling tired 24/7, being irritable, seeing how my relationship with my wife would stay. And honestly, everything in my cut, it went phenomenally well considering the circumstances, because I was going into my final week of peak week of my prep was peak week of college. So imagine that, trying to cram in a bunch of fucking material that you never studied for, trying to focus, and like I would abuse caffeine. That was the only issue that I saw when I was doing prep. I was abusing caffeine. Like I'd drink an energy drink in the morning, not eat at all for the rest of the day, and then like obviously I'll eat something, but I'll have like carbs before my workout, and I'll have a pre-workout for my workout. So I'd be drinking like around 400 to 600 milligrams of caffeine a day. Now I'm drinking 200. Maybe 90 to 200 milligrams is what I'll be at right now, because I have so much food that like I don't necessarily need so much fucking caffeine. But yeah, I forgot to take my fucking alpha GPC. Alpha GPC is a natural psychological precursor to acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that is involved in memory and other cognitive functions. Alpha GPC is more bioavailable than other forms of choline, and is known to cross the blood-brain barrier in the brain and other neural tissues. Alpha GPC becomes a constituent of cell membranes. Clinical studies have demonstrated that supplementation with alpha GPC can support the brain synthesis of acetylcholine. In this way, it helps to promote normal cognitive function and mental activity. So you might be thinking alpha GPC is meant for people with Alzheimer's, people that have shitty memory, which I have a very shitty memory. Oh, I can't crush. Hey, wow, why did you crash today? I was taking my alpha GPC. Anyways, so I got 4 capsules here. 2 capsules is 600, so I'm taking 1,200 milligrams. The recommended dose is around 900 to 1,200 if you're taking it for sports benefits. So let's hope ChatGPT is right. So I've been working up this dose, by the way. Please don't take 1,200 milligrams in one go if you've never taken it before. You'll also find alpha GPC in a lot of pre-workouts and energy drinks. So like Ghost, they have 200 milligrams of alpha GPC. And then like Sebum's company, it's called something else, but it's basically the same function. It's Cognizin, which is the same, literally almost the same compound as alpha GPC. They're just gonna trademark and brand it differently. Yeah, so the reason that I'm taking it is not because I have certain memory or I want better brain function. It's literally because this helps you focus. So it literally feels like, or how I expect for me to take a Zyn. You know what I mean? Like I've never taken a Zyn. I've never smoked. I've never drank. So I'm assuming that the way that I feel taking alpha GPC is the way that a Zyn would make me focus. And something that I would love to try is those caffeine pouches. So like it's a Zyn, but instead of nicotine in it, there's caffeine, and you put it on the bottom of your thing. I wanted to try it, but my wife said no. So can't do it. I do want to make a video on my birthday. You know, I've been thinking about videos for YouTube, even though I barely post. I've been thinking of videos on YouTube. And one of them that I've been thinking of is the 10,000 calorie challenge. Because last year, I ate 8,000 calories, and I think that I still had room for more. The reason that I didn't hit 10,000 calories that day is because Crumble Cookie was closed on my birthday. So I feel like I could have definitely hit 10,000 calories. So that's the challenge that I'll have for my YouTube, see how that does as a video. I never even went into fucking what my plan on coaching is in the future. So I plan on doing 4 plans. Okay, right now I only have one, which is $35, and you get everything all inclusive. The reason I did this is because I needed clients to experiment on, and well, not to experiment on, but clients to work with, so I could get experience. That's a better way to put it. Now, I feel like with the way that I've been treating clients and the way that my feedback has been coming back, I'm doing a very good job, right? So I think that it's time for me to differentiate, specialize in different areas of what people want. So if you want a nutritional coach, guess what? That'll be $35. If you want the gym and the nutritional, obviously this is all not set in stone because I've thought about it like a few times and I've like done brainstorming on it, but I haven't really set prices or whatever. So I'm just going off the top of my head of what I remember that I wrote down that I wanted to do. So like if you want the gym, so if you want gym like check-ins, if you want gym workout programs, if you want 24-hour access to me, if you want nutritional guidance, nutritional help, how to track your calories and all that, everything included into the nutritional section of the plan, of the previous plan, will be included in this one. So that'll be around $50, which is a bump in what I originally charged of $35. Then if you want the then if you want the all-inclusive, which pretty much you'll get everything. On top of that, you'll get mindset coaching. So as someone that's gone through a lot of things in their life, I've had to change my mindsets multiple times. I've gone through breakups. I've gone through traumas. I've gone through bad relationships, and I've gone through everything. So not everything. I still have a lot of things to learn, but I've gone through most things. And I could be that person that can solicitate your needs when it comes to like someone to talk to and stuff like that. I'm not a therapist by any means. I don't plan on getting a certification in therapy, but I'm a good person to talk to, and I will try to give you my best advice, right? So I'm not only your coach, I'm also one of your friends. So yeah, so that's the all-inclusive one. I want to charge very high for that because I'm also doing in-person training for that plan, where you get 2 times a week. You could train with me, or I could train with you, vice versa. That's like gonna be, I don't know the price on that one yet, because since it is in person and I am taking a lot more time into those types of clients, it'll be very interesting to see how that goes. And my main motto is that I don't work for free and that I provide people their dreams. So I don't know what I'm going to charge for that. I know that it's going to be more than 7. I don't know if it's going to be more than 70. It's either 70 to 80 is my current range. I might go even higher than that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I need to figure that one out. I need to have second opinions and stuff like that. But that's the main 3 plans. And then so I separated the nutritional, and then I had the gym and nutritional. So then I'll probably have a gym plan by itself. So that one I'll probably charge 30 or 40. I'll charge 40. Yeah, so right now, so it's just nutritional. If you just need a nutritional coach, that'll be $30. Then if you just need a coach for the gym, that'll be $40. If you need like both together, that'll be like $55. And then the last one, top of the line, is the one that I can't really figure out the price point for, because I feel like it's very inclusive and it's very, you'll get a lot if you'll be getting a lot. So I don't know. I also don't want to compare my prices to prices that other coaches are charging, because a lot of people here in Miami, they charge a lot of money for coaching. Like, I've seen people come to me and tell me they paid like fucking $250 a month. Dude, what the fuck? $250 a month? Are you giving me anabolic steroids? Like, I just don't know. I don't know. Who the fuck is paying $250? I would not pay $250 a month. I would definitely not pay $250 a month. I fucking tried finding a bodybuilding coach before my best friend offered me for coaching. Dude, the dude that asked me to train me because he said that I had potential was going to charge me $220. What potential do you see? What? God. Anyways, that was a little rant on how expensive coaching is here in Miami. But, yeah. It's time to get into the workout. I'm not going to show you my warm-up because I have an Instagram video of me rolling out my hamstrings and my quads. That's literally all I do. I'll probably do some mobility work if anything, but yeah, let's get into the hip thrust.
Okay. And we are live. We have this is 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plates on the 25. This will be a 50-pound PR. Am I right?
All right.
Hell yeah. Other than helping me like get out, you're good.
So I'll just watch on here, look it up.
Yeah.
All right. Let me know when.
1, 2, 3. Good. Leave it.
La vida es un carrusel.
Woo! I could have gone for a 5th one if I didn't go for that fucking rack.
Bro, that's a crazy weight, bro.
Okay, well, so I have 240 pounds on the leg extension. We're going to try and do a single-legged. However, my knee here feels a little off. So what we're going to do is I'm going to help this knee and this knee assist in the first rep. And then we're just going to let it go. And then we're going to do a single-legged leg extension. And the reason that I'm doing a single-legged leg extension is because I already maxed this machine out completely by doing 2 legs. As you can probably tell, because I'm doing 240 pounds on 1 leg. So main key things when it comes to the leg extension is seat back, butt slightly forward. This is going to depend from person to person, depending how long your femurs are, right? So if we just find the position that's right for us. If your knee hurts, here's the thing. If your knee hurts on the leg extensions, there's 2 things that you could be doing wrong. You could be trying to do the leg extension like a sports athlete, or you could do it like a bodybuilder. It really just depends on your goals. I mean, if you have knee pain, I don't suggest doing it like a sports athlete, as they're trying to train for explosiveness, and you're not trying to train for that. You're probably trying to train for hypertrophy if you're watching this video. So just try to imagine it like you're blowing into a balloon and you're slowly putting pressure on the pad until it eventually lifts up. So, I mean, that's how I like to look at it. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oof. My quad is full of blood, bro. Okay. All right, move on to this side. This is the one that's fucked up. So a good thing to know when it comes to doing unilateral movements, you gotta think of it as two separate sets. So your right leg is a set, or your left leg is a set, and your right leg's a set. Take a tiny little 30 second to 30 to 1 minute rest in between to let this leg fully adapt, not adapt, but like recover. And then you go into this one, so you're mentally prepared to do this set. So if you just go from one leg straight to the other, you're not gonna be mentally prepared because it's such a long duration of high intensity. So yeah, neural adaptations. All right, let's get into it. That's the leg extension. Holy shit. Alright, so here is the lying hamstring curl. So I've gone through this so many times. Lying hamstring curl for me is my favorite, and it's the heaviest that I could go on without fucking up the back of my knee. So yeah, that's I don't really have much to say, you just fucking curl. Hello, this is Editing Arian here, and I just wanted to talk about the hamstring curl a little bit more since I didn't really go in depth when it came into the video. So, when it comes to the lying hamstring curl, it's really important to find a positioning that works with your knees. So I have knee pain in the back of my knee, therefore that's why you see my toes pointed out at the very bottom, and then they come in as I go up. You also have to try and stop your set to functional failure. Don't try to do any assisted reps, myo reps, any of that, because it'll just continue to fatigue your hamstrings. And I'll leave it there. Well, we got the torture machine right here. See, this machine always scares me because every time I try to do this machine, it's scary. You really gotta focus on your form on this. So that's the main concern here. Funny enough, right after I stopped recording on the hamstring curl, I had this person come up to me and he was like, "Oh, why do you train so hard? Like, you're gonna break the machines." And I repeated what he said. Why do I train so hard? Maybe because I want the results. But anyways, what will happen normally is that people ask me like, "Oh, why do you train the four rep range? I feel like you won't be able to feel your muscles that way." It really just comes down to like, what is your perception of failure? So 4 reps failure is the same thing as a 30 rep failure. The only thing is that you're accumulating a lot more fatigue when it comes to that 30 reps. And this has been proven time and time again. So if you could do a set of 4 reps, like a 4 rep max pretty much is what you're doing, I feel like you'd progress so much faster. And then I'm getting blamed for breaking machines, even though I take out all the plates that I put inside of the machines, whatever. That shit fucking pissed me off. But we're gonna do 4 plates on this, and hopefully we don't fail. Because last session I failed, and I'm not gonna be surprised if I fail this time, because I did do a PR on leg extensions, and my quads were cramping up on hip thrust. So we're just gonna have to see where we're at here. So we're not gonna have a spot. So I'm about to show you guys, if I do fail, how to get out of this machine safely. Almost. Okay, my phone is extremely hot and it's about to die, but if you haven't noticed, this is the end of the video. There are 3 exercises that I did not record because I, first of all, didn't have enough battery, and they're also very boring exercises. I want to keep the videos interesting and vibrant. So yeah, so let's recap what we did today. So we did hip thrust. Hip thrust is one of the main movements when it comes to the glutes and the hamstrings, are those, because those are the prime movers of said movement. Okay, try to get as strong as you want on it, not as strong as you want, as strong as you can on it, because it will provide the most growth stimulus to the glutes. So important, the hip thrust, one of the most main key glute builders, as long as nice hamstring build as well. Then afterwards we did a single-legged leg extension. The reason that I did this is because I personally already maxed out the leg extension fairly easily with both legs. So I'll do it isolateral and I just progressively overload like that. This is just one of 2 quad movements that I have today. Very simple, just one set of 5 to 6 reps. And the main reason for this is just to target the quads because it is a lower day, because we're trying to prevent atrophy. We're trying to improve our hypertrophy while trying to ban atrophy as much as possible. So we're still going to give our quads a growth stimulus. Then we moved on to a lying leg curl. So for this one, I've also completely maxed it out. I could try doing a single, but the back of my knee hurts, so I'd rather do a double and just add reps. So as of right now, I'm stuck in between 7 to 8 reps on the full stack and 4 10s on top. So that's what I did today. Today I was only able to get 7, and then on my second set, actually no, I was only able to get like 5 or something. I don't know. Today was an off day for the lying leg curl because I was already fatigued and not fatigued, but I was already tired, I guess. My hamstrings were tired because of the immense load that were put on them via the hip thrust. So there's that as well. And then 2 sets of the lying hamstring curl. Then we moved on to the pendulum squat. So on the pendulum squat was pretty interesting because I failed a set or a weight that I've done before. And this is completely normal because, again, that 6 plates and a 25 on the hip thrust really does attack your fucking lower body. So I'm not really surprised. And I also did PR on the leg extension. So my quads were already pre-fatigued because of the leg extensions and the hip thrust. So I'm not too surprised. As I said in the video before I did my set, I was like, I'm not going to be surprised if I don't do 4, but I'm also going to try and aim for 4 because it's always good to push yourself. And then finally, so yeah, I failed that. I did my second set. I did 3 plates on a 25, but I did a pause at the bottom. That's how I want you guys to do your pendulum squats, because pendulum squats are a very high knee flexor. So yeah, a car behind me was doing a very weird sound. I thought it was mine. So we did the pendulum squat. I did 2 sets, and then that's when we moved into the adductors, abductors, and calves. So the reason I do adductors is to stabilize my inner thigh, as I've had prolonged issues with my inner thigh, specifically my left one. So I just did very decently lightweight for me, so the full stack. And then I just did it for very slow eccentrics. So I did about 4 seconds. And then I paused at the very widest range of motion, which caused me to have better stability, because the more that you have on an eccentric, the more stabilization that causes. So if you have a pain in your knee, for example, you'll be able to improve your knee stability via step ups, which is what I have my client Caleb doing, because he has a fucked up leg or fucked up knee. Also, Nick, if you're watching this, do your step ups. And finally, we did calves. Calves for me are necessarily the only weak point that I have in my legs. It's just I have really high calf insertions, and I can make all the excuses I want, but at the end of the day, calves still need to be trained. Calves still need to have a growth stimulus. So putting calves at the beginning of your workout will actually make your calves grow immensely. I promise you that. And I really have nothing much to say. Just keep pushing your movements, keep progressively overloading, keep adding either a rep, keep adding some weight. So for example, today I did a 50 pound PR on the hip thrust. So never give up on yourself. Always focus on what you can improve on. Always be aware that there's room to grow, and don't be discouraged because there is room to grow, because room to grow is more of a reason to try harder. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay safe and enjoy lifting. That's the main key factor. Bye, guys.